You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's number one urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim, the G Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we're broadcasting all over this entire world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. It's Monday. It's a great Monday. Hold up, I'm posting. I'm sharing the show already. When y'all see me looking down, I'm sharing the show, and we coming to. Let me tell y'all something, man. Great weekend in sports. Great weekend. I mean, tonight it's a lot of stuff gonna happen in baseball. Shout out to. Let me give my shout out to my first five, my starting five, my starting five. If you don't know, if you're new to the Chop Shop, it's the first five people who sign up to the show via either Facebook Live or YouTube Live, and I see them and I recognize them on the screen. Rod Wells, Alex Costero, Sonia Billingsley, Todd Byerly, and Derek Johnson. And Derek Johnson probably overseas somewhere. He's he's never in the city, but it's just a great weekend. And let me tell you something, y'all. I want to take out the time, and I'll do it later. I'll do it later because I want to take out a special time and acknowledge some people that did some remarkable things with the Chop Shop and over the weekend. So I want to shout them out. But Jimmy, I wanted to start the day. First of all, I got a couple of birthdays I want to announce, but to all the teachers around the world. Thank you for choosing teaching as a career. We appreciate you, and we should be fighting for more support for education to ensure you and the children are not forced back to unsafe classroom. This I think this is the World's Teacher Day, so I wanted to shout out to the World's Teacher Day. Then, Jimmy, I want good morning, everybody. Today is the deadline to register to vote in these following states. If you know some people in these states, Arizona, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii. Same day registration is available in Hawaii, though. But uh, Indiana, Kentucky, Louisiana, Mississippi, Ohio, and Texas. And guess what? We're gonna start with a little. We're gonna start with a little basketball today, Jimmy, but not NBA. We'll get to the NBA in a second, Jimmy, just because we got plenty to talk about. But how about the WNBA, the Seattle Storm, taking care of the Las Vegas Aces last night, 104, Jimmy, to 91. The WNBA Finals. If you're not familiar, it's best of five. It's not best of seven, like the NBA. The Seattle has now gone up 2-0. The Storm will try to close out for the second time, for their second title in 3 years. Jimmy, it's going to be on Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. Game three will be on Tuesday night, 7 o'clock Eastern on ESPN. I was thinking about the Aces, what they got to do to get back in the series, y'all. Because then I looked up Sue Bird. Jimmy, you know how I am. Sue Bird is only one win away from becoming the 10th player in league history to win 4 titles. So shout out to Sue Bird. Then guess what? The NFL, PA, and the NFL is investigating whether the Titans violated league's coronavirus related protocol, Jimmy, the source says. A source say. The Titans, as you know, have had 6 straight days of positive tests. They had negative this morning, though. But they had 6 straight days, 18 members of the organization testing positive for COVID just in the past week. The Titans are scheduled to play the Buffalo Bills in Nashville, Jimmy, in 6 days. The game is obviously in jeopardy. There is no timetable for the Titans, Jimmy, to even come back into their facility. So how they gonna play a game and never go back in the facility? But on another NFL note, I got to share this with y'all, Jimmy. I don't know if you was familiar with it, and I looked up the story. We'll talk about it a little bit more. I'm just going to tease y'all with it. What's up, Tyandra Holmes? And one After the Rams and the Giants had a hard fought battle. Jimmy, I don't know if you saw parts of it. It was a very physical game. Jalen Ramsey, the cornerback, and Golden Tate, the wide receiver for the Giants. They got into it. They engaged in a fist fight at the 50-yard line after the game. There was some personal drama here, Jimmy. Very personal. Jimmy, I remember you didn't like Ramsey a little bit. You didn't like him a little bit, Jimmy. I'm finna add something to you, Jimbo. They have a public feud regarding the family situation. Ramsey has 2 young daughters with Tate's younger sister. After the game, they had the thing on the field. They said it could have got worse. Ramsey was waiting outside the Giants locker room, waiting for Tate to emerge for the second fight. And Jimmy, later on, I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit why, some background on that if we have a chance. It's a little background. Y'all can go look up the story. You know, the girl got 2 young babies. He just dropped her I don't know the whole details, but he dropped 2 infant babies. She can hold both of them in her hand. And then he show up the next day or the next couple of days on Instagram hugging up a dancer from Las Vegas. So the guy just didn't like, Golden Tate didn't like how he handled his sister. And I know people say we stay out of that stuff, but man, that's his little sister. So so Jimmy, first of all, before I give it to you, happy birthday to little Rick. Little Rick is a faithful listener on the Chop Shop, and happy birthday to Coach Kevin Sampson. Shout out to you, big fella. Y'all have a great. I think Rick's was yesterday and Coach's today, and shout out to you guys today. And you know what's going on. So Jimmy, NBA picks coming up soon. What you got? Tell me a little something. Hold on. Sorry, before you go there, Jimmy. I'm sorry. Boy, it was a great event this weekend. And guess why I said it was a great event? I got a lot of information. Thank you, Doug Jones. Thank you, Jeffrey Day. Thank you for the people who tuned the old man who's not going to go to none of them events. I said it, and I've been very consistent, but thank you for letting me know. I saw some highlights. I got a couple of players I want to ask y'all about. But I know we're going to talk about that later. Great event, the Super 16s this weekend. And guess what, Jimmy? My Baller TV wasn't acting crazy, but it acted crazy on Friday. And then I see you gave a message. So y'all let me tell you something. And parents and PGWs, y'all got some explaining to do to old brother Haller this morning. I was praying for you. Guess what? It was first Sunday. I took my sacraments on Sunday, and I had to pray for y'all this weekend. But let me tell you something. But shout out to all the young men and the parents who brought their kids to participate in this event. And parents, I got some email. I got some texts. Parents, I want to talk to y'all this week later on. So Jimmy, what you got, baby? I'm good. I had to get that out of the way, man. I'm sorry. Hey, hold on, Jimmy, before you go to get your water. Hey, y'all, be patient with us today. Our software had an update today, and they chose us as one of the people to try out a new program, and it's in its beta stages. If you're any familiar with technology, they'll test it on a few people so me and Jimmy gonna be testing this new beta phase of the software on the show. So I don't know, in the beta phase, it might be a glitch. I don't know, y'all. So be a little patient with us today. They thought enough of us to allow us to there's some advanced stuff that everybody don't have. It ain't came out to the public, and Jimmy and I are trying it out today. So Jimmy, I had to get all my housekeeping out of the way. Now you can have it. You got 4 minutes. No, just kidding. Go ahead, carry on. What you got?
Man, what a weekend. My voice kind of I guess kind of stinging today on this Monday, but we're gonna get this energy, get this thing rocking on the Chop Shop. First, of course, get right into some NBA conversation. The Lakers and Miami Heat went at it last night, and didn't turn out. Game was tied in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Right. Game was tied.
Yeah.
I think they tied it up at 91 apiece, And then Miami, Jimmy Butler had one of those games where he took over from beginning to end. And I watched a good portion of the game. Didn't watch its entirety. Was at the restaurant and fellowshipping with some of the staff after the,
Oh, that's why
you know,
you was
as I,
answering the phone. Okay, keep going.
but I mean, kind of always fellowship with a lot of the guys, with a lot of the staff after a lot of the RCS sports events. And but I noticed I'm looking at and looking at the as we always look at some of the stats, and the thing that jumps out is the Kelly Olynyk 17 points off the bench.
Uh-huh.
That off the bench.
Uh-huh.
Now he was 3 for 5 from 3-point land. He stretched that floor and took Dwight Howard, forced Dwight Howard outside of the paint. But at the same time, the Lakers, looking at the numbers, they made an adjustment because Dwight Howard didn't play for 15 minutes. So Kuzma and Morris, they made adjustment throwing him out there, but Morris had good minutes for the Lakers, 19 points. Kyle Kuzma had good minutes for the Lakers with 19 more points off the bench. And but so where was the game lost? Well, the game was lost was Anthony Davis didn't contribute as he has in this series. That was, you look at that and you highlight that.
Not that Anthony Davis that everybody was bragging about a couple days ago.
Well, I mean, understand that combined, still the game was tied with 8 minutes to go. Jimmy Butler, make no mistake about it.
I thought you said there's no such thing as a bad game in a big game.
But this wasn't a big game. Big game meaning that do or die. When that lights are on the back, they were up 2 though. So there's no such thing. Okay. Choking, you're not choking in game 3.
I ain't saying choke.
But that's what it's called. But that's what
Jimmy, he was a minus 26.
Alan, Jimmy Butler's 40 points, 13 assists, 11 rebounds on 14 for 20 attempts, which is probably the most attempts that he's had all series, and 14 free throw attempts where he made 12. That's what that was a big difference. We gotta, it's not so much what the Lakers didn't do, it's what Miami did do. And they subscribed and allowed their lead. Mind you, Jimmy Butler played 45
Jimmy,
minutes.
hold on. Minus 26 is what he didn't do. 5 turnovers is what he didn't do. Jimmy, he stunk the place up. Well, he didn't shoot it that bad.
No, he didn't. I mean, he's 6'9". He didn't. That's what I'm saying.
He played 33 minutes. He played 33 minutes.
That's not. Understand. He was in foul trouble early on. He was chasing foul. Care. But no. Anthony Davis is AD is playing more than 33 minutes, but foul trouble that contributed with the fact that Jimmy Butler got off to a good start. Miami, as you notice, last couple of games, two of these last 3 games, of these 3 games, Miami has jumped out to an early lead over over the Lakers. But at the same time, guys, you didn't want to sweep. You wasn't ready for basketball to end before the weekend came back around. Now we're guaranteed to get some basketball. We'll get some on Tuesday. And I think when's the next game? What's the schedule? How is it Tuesday? Then Thursday?
I don't know, Jimmy, but Jimmy, I just had my favorite comment ever on this Chop Shop. Kim Jackson said, "Uncle Hatter, can I speak up? You sound low." Ain't nobody never said that to me, Kim. Kim, I love you, Kim. Kim, I just love you, Kim. But now, Jimmy, you could go. I just had to tell Kim I love her. But Jimmy, you said the schedule. I haven't looked at the schedule, but here it is. It just popped up. They play Wednesday, October the 7th. Thursday, Wednesday, October the 7th, I think. I think it's Wednesday. I think, No, Jimmy, they play Tuesday. No. They play Tuesday. No game scheduled on Wednesday and Thursday.
That's what I'm saying. So they have a 2-day break. So it goes from Tuesday to Friday. Then that way they can go back on Sunday again.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Once again, I mean, guess what, man? I mean, that was
that's
good
the one
showing.
game
But
I said he was going to win. You know, I said
that's exactly what we all thinking in regard to the Heat. We like nobody wanted a sweep unless you are a diehard Laker fan. Basketball, you wanted to see them win that one, just like Philadelphia won that one with Allen Iverson.
I don't remember that back.
Man, you remember when Iverson stepped over Tyronn Lue?
I told you I just don't remember that far back. I don't remember.
He stepped over him in that infamous game. He had made that crossover and stepped right over him going back down the court. But I mean, I really I'm just looking for. I want this thing to go. I want it to go 5 or 6 games, which it will. You know, I think if it goes 7, that's too scary for the Lakers. I just can't see Miami. But Bam will be returning.
Yeah,
he's going to gut it out.
Okay,
and that's the thing. Yeah, Bam is expected to return.
Okay,
and so shout out to Alex Sestero, and he's in there. He was in the building this past weekend. Yes, we will talk about the Super 16 later on at the top of the hour. We'll get into some of that and recap some of the thoughts from there. From a lot of you guys were in the building. It was great seeing some of the Chop Shop members from the Boom Boom Room be able to put names with faces when they come and attend certain gatherings of such. That was cool, you know, because we saw Rod Wells was in the building. He had his lids. He had his lids. And guess who didn't get a lid?
Jimmy, you ain't. Hold up. You can't. Hold up. Jimmy, I don't try to take your people away from you. Me and Rod Wells go way back, man. That's my dude, man. I got you. You know, you can't get every shirt, man. You can't get every shirt. But Jimmy, don't forget about them picks now. Hold up.
Don't forget about what?
Don't forget about them picks now before you get too far out of hand. I'm just letting you. The picks from over the week.
We ain't got to do them today. We got so much stuff to talk about. We ain't got to do this.
Rod Wells. Rod, tell me something must have happened, Rod Wells. Come on.
We're going to go to a quick break, man. We come right back on the Chop Shop, man. Get this thing popping. Hey, man, a lot of stuff to talk about. Talk about some NFL football. We come right back, recap the games from this past weekend. Chop Shop.
I got something for you, Jimmy. Watch this.
The sporting world lost a legend over this weekend. Bob Gibson. He was a man whose name evoked genuine fear, even in those of us who only had to watch other people try to hit him. He died at the age of 84. He was the youngest of 7 children. His father died before he was born. Gibson was actually a great basketball player. He signed with the Harlem Globetrotters and roomed with Meadowlark Lemon. But it was on the mound that he was as good as literally anybody ever. In fact, Gibson's 1968 season may be the greatest that any player ever had in any sport. He pitched 13 shutouts. For context, this entire season there were 12, and 7 of those were in 7-inning games. Gibson started 37 games that year, including the playoffs. He was not removed from the mound in any of them. His ERA of 1.12 is a record that no one has sniffed, and it resulted in the mound being lowered to make it more fair. For his career, Gibson started 9 postseason games. He finished 8. He is the only pitcher ever with 30 strikeouts in a single World Series. He did that twice. He finished with 251 wins and 255 complete games. Hank Aaron once said he never dug in against Gibson because, quote, he would knock down his grandmother if she challenged him. And here's the thing. Sports are made great by larger-than-life legends. And in history, there have been few greater than Bob Gibson. So let's just say this. If they do play baseball in heaven, somebody better get ready to go lower the mound.
Well, anger came from racism. Of course it did. But racism was a way of life, that it was stuff that I had to deal with on a day-to-day basis. I didn't every once in a while go somewhere and all of a sudden there it was. No, it was there and it followed me all the way through my childhood, and not just through the childhood, through the first part of my major league career. It was there. That fueled a lot of the anger that I suppose I projected. I don't know. I'd have to be on the outside looking in. All I knew was the way I felt. And I felt that I had to be better in order to get just as far, and I was determined to do that.
Welcome back to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatt, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. This show is brought to you by the Cox Prater Law Firm. You can reach them at www.coxpraterlaw.com. Call them at 713-752-2300. Or you can go to the website, www.bigcityaccidents.com. Wow, Jimmy. What else you got, Doc? Get them picks ready. Jimmy, I didn't know because I don't look at them because it jinxed me. I never look at them. But my best friend, Rod Wells, said how to look very good. And I know I'm looking good, Jimmy. Jimmy, you know when I look good. I know I'm looking good. When Lori Dotson say I'm looking good, I must be looking real good. So don't shake your head. Jimmy, it's all right. We got a long season, son. It's okay. It's okay. So what we going to do? What we got? But Jimmy, that was a tribute to you. I know you like baseball, but Jimmy, coming from Memphis, I lived in Memphis, and St. Louis is real close to Memphis. I hope people. So we knew of Bob Gibson. They talked about him back then. So it's a unique man, and got a couple of more videos about him. It was a great take on Greeny about him. I had to play that one. I just hope, it wasn't nothing. We don't get red flagged by Facebook or YouTube for using that video. And if y'all notice, sometimes if the videos don't directly post after the show, that means it's something I've tried to give y'all that YouTube and Facebook, they flag it. And I have to go back and trim it out. And then you can see it later. So, Jimmy, what else you got, man? Jimmy, Dr. Bennett is on the air. She gonna come on tomorrow, Jimmy. Dr. Bennett, she talking about we look good. She said we look good on the air, Jimmy. Jimmy, Jimmy, the coach behind us, Jimmy. That's in the over in the Malta, over like it's over in those islands over there, Jimmy. It's a great destination spot. But we'll talk about that later. So what you got, Jimmy?
Oh man, let's go and talk football, man.
Man told me to button my top button back up. Thank you, Corey. You know what? That's why I love y'all. Hey, boom, boom, room. I love y'all, but me and y'all got to talk. Halfway through the show, right before we got to talk. Boom, boom, room. And it's gonna be. I'm gonna do some house cleaning, but just between me and y'all, we're gonna have to talk. But thank you, Corey, for straightening up my top button. It does look nice like that, don't it? So come on, Jimmy. Let's go, man. Yeah. Talk to me.
Well, it don't look like it was a good week for the Dallas Cowboys, the Houston Texans, and I'll round out the trifecta, and myself as far as these NFL picks. Y'all gonna lie, them punch spreads got me. Them punch spreads wore me out this past weekend. One game, we had to break even on the tie, and that was a Tampa Bay game, which they gave up 7 and actually won 38-31. But let's go back to Thursday and see. First game was Denver and the Jets out on Thursday, which Denver won 37-28. And I told you them Jets are awful, man. How awful are the Jets? There's only one other team in the NFL that has scored fewer points through 4 games this season than the Jets. And guess who they are?
Texas. No.
The Giants.
Jimmy, hold up. So the two teams in the biggest metroplex in the whole world, the biggest media market in the world, those are the 2 worst teams in the NFL. Okay. Keep going.
The Jets have only scored 65 points total this season compared to 47 points the Giants have produced. But anyway, I lose that one. Next up, I had Houston.
Okay.
And I had Houston and gave you 4 with Minnesota.
You gave
And
me
of course,
4.
yeah, man.
Whole thing.
Remember the COVID situation we just had learned that the game was still on the day before. So we felt that by Minnesota being,
Played against
distractions being away, and then protections. I said to myself, well, hell, man, they got to win a game sooner or later. Playing at home. Did they allow the fans or not? I didn't watch the game. Did they end up allowing the fans?
I don't know. It's all good. Keep on talking. I'm just listening to you.
And the
Texans come on, Jim.
Texans lose that one 31-23. The next up was Cleveland at Dallas, and that was one of the few games that I won this weekend. I had Cleveland with the 4.5 points, and yes, indeed, the Cleveland Browns held on and took care of Dallas by putting a 49-point whooping on. Of course, they didn't win by 49-38 whooping over the Dallas Cowboys this past weekend. Next up, I had Tampa Bay and gave you 7, which Tampa Bay, well, that was a tie. They won 38-31. Next up, you had Baltimore. I took Washington in 13
points.
And they won by 14.
Oh,
think about it, man.
that's Jimmy. Jimmy, I feel so bad for you. Come on.
Oh, that's two right there that also went the other way. Yeah.
Come on.
Arizona, right? I've sit there and drunk the Kool-Aid. Remember, I warned you. I said, man,
yes,
I drunk that Hopkins Kool-Aid, took Arizona, gave you Carolina in 3.5. And guess what Carolina does? They win the game outright, 31-21. Next up, I had Detroit and 4 against New Orleans.
How about that?
And guess what? New Orleans took care of business. They win by 6. You see what I'm saying?
Win again?
That's another game,
Jimmy.
What a point spread. That point spread, it did me. It was unfaithful to me. Again, that's
I got
3
something
games.
for you, Jimmy, hold on. Come on. What's the next one?
And so, next up, Jacksonville and Cincinnati. Okay. Right? So look, LSU, he strikes again. I mean, they're getting the win column that is that they had a tie the previous week. But
did I win that one too?
I'm still laughing at, huh? Did I win Cincinnati that one too? Cincinnati won 33-25.
Yeah, I won that one
too. I had Jacksonville and 3. And of course, once again, they won by 8.
Jimmy, I don't even want to go no further, man. Dude, because I like you, man. And let me tell you something. You had a busy weekend. We don't have to go no further if you don't want to. You got my permission if you want to stop now.
No, I don't need your permission to stop.
Okay. Come on.
Let's go. Let's go on all the way through now. How about this one, guys? Once again, I say them point.
Okay.
Seattle and Miami. I had Miami in 6.5. Seattle wins by 8. They scored a touchdown with about 5 minutes to go to ice the game. No. I'm sorry. With about 5 minutes to go.
James.
And then turned around and got another touchdown with 4 minutes to go.
I'm sorry.
And you know what? You know what's so funny? I just thought about. Guess what? Miami scored a touchdown with 150 to go. They went for 2. And they converted that 2. Well, no, I thought they made it. Okay, I'm looking at reading them. So, but that could still wouldn't help me. Anyway, man, let's go on down the road. Call it Indy at Chicago, of course. Indy beat Chicago in 19-11. I gave you Indy in 2.5. The Giants and the Rams, I win that. Giants covered. That was one of the very few games I won this weekend.
Oh, the Giants cover. Hold on, let me make sure, Jimmy, because Rod Wells know you achieved me. Oh, okay.
No.
Okay. All right.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Okay.
The Rams won 17-9, and in that one, Buffalo and Vegas.
I had
I
Buffalo.
took Vegas, and of course, once again, Buffalo whoops up on Vegas 30-23. Kansas, the Philadelphia and San Francisco game is the last one. That was a nightcap, which the Eagles won 25-20, and I covered on that. So,
You
what's
won
the
that
total?
one. Jimmy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for Robert. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9. Yeah, Jim, ain't no Jim. It's all right, man. It's all right. It's all right. Jim, watch this. I don't even like that one. I'm gonna throw that
Man,
one
let me
back
tell you
over.
something. You better frame that
I'm
one.
gonna throw that one back over in the pile, man. I'm gonna go back.
You better frame
I
that
got
one. I'm
lucky,
telling
Jim.
you.
I got lucky, man. I just got lucky.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. That's
Yes.
that's indeed. Sometimes you gotta frame now. Laurie
Yes, sir.
Dotson, yeah, guys, he got me this weekend. He got me this weekend. There was 3 points game. Three games would have went the other way, and we would have had something really interesting as far as going down. There are 2 games this evening, and I think if are they going to play that game tonight or tomorrow?
Yeah, they're
The
supposed to
Kansas
play
City
tonight. With Jimmy, they had tests today this morning, and they had Jimmy. They flew on 2 separate planes. The 18 people that was in contact with Cam Newton flies on 1 plane. Them guys got 3 planes up there. I don't know if y'all know it. The guy got 3 planes. Robert Kraft. And y'all think he was gonna go to jail for that stuff? Come on, he got 3 planes. Jimmy, 18 people fly on this one, and the rest of the team fly on the big jet, and they're gonna keep them quarantined until they find out about the test and whether or not the game can go on. If no more negative tests, we'll be all right. So that was it. That was unique, Jimmy. And Jimmy, they flew on the day of the game. Usually in NFL, don't usually fly, especially in regular season, on the day of the game. And that's that's an historic event too. So what else you got, man? I got so many topics, man. Where else you want to go? Where else you want to go?
I mean, of course, today Major League Baseball starts the playoffs.
Okay.
And today, and the Astros and the Oakland A's will be playing in Los Angeles. That's the first game on deck. That's a 3 p.m. First pitch for that one, and it's really intriguing because of the fact that Dusty Baker. I told you guys, I was down with Dusty from the day they hired him. When he came to the press conference with a toothpick hanging out off the bottom lip, that's old school right there. And that pick didn't go nowhere, and he was sitting there talking with a toothpick in his mouth. I'm down with that. That's the uncle right there. So Uncle Dusty says, this is what he said. Oakland A's had been asking for this all year. Be careful what you wish for. You've been asking for this. And although, understand, Oakland has owned the Astros this season. They played 10 times. Oakland won 7 of them. They've owned us. And remember, not necessarily by, and I explained to you earlier, not necessarily by our lack of pitching, but more, for the most part, our non-productivity from the offensive side at the plate. This series, once again, as Oakland wants the Astros, I would think that the Astros want Oakland, wanted them as much or even more.
I'm gonna go on record, Jimmy, today. I'm with Dusty today. I might now. Y'all notice I didn't say the Astro. I'm with Dusty, and I like that. Hold up, I like that Springer, Dusty and Springer. And hold up, Jimmy, I got a new dude. I like Brantley. I like Brantley a little bit. So guess what? I'm cheering for the Astros only because Mindy Collins like the Astros. I'm going to cheer because that's and Mindy like them, so I'm going to cheer for them. So guess what? I'm with the Stros this time. All right. What else you got, Jimmy? Jimmy, I'm going to show you something. Yeah. I'm going to show you how bad the team is in Houston, the football team that we got in Houston. You switch over them We stop talking about football and just start talking about baseball. I just want to show people how terrible Bill O'Brien is. But keep on going. I had to throw that in there. But keep going.
No, it ain't just Bill O'Brien. It starts with him, but it ain't just him. The Texans.
Jimmy, he the GM, he the coach. So who you gonna blame?
It's more than just him.
No, I'm just asking you.
The quarterback gets a bag now. Remember, I told you he's on the clock now. He has to win, man.
I knew you were gonna hate on the quarterback.
He got to win, man. He got to win. The quarterback got to win.
Jimmy, how I'm gonna shoot you if I ain't got no bullets in the gun? You traded my best bullets. Come on, Jimmy. This stuff is about talent, man. This ain't about X's and O's. It's about Jims and Joes. He traded away my best Jim and my best Joe.
Stop, man.
Jimmy, come on, man. No. I'm not blaming that on. I'm not blaming that on Deshaun. He running for his life, Jimmy. Every time the guy snapped the ball, he running for his life.
Okay, so tell me this: Did you predict or think that Texans would be 0-4 when the season started going into week 1?
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
I didn't say it was just surprised. Surprise or not is after the fact.
What?
I'm talking about before they played any game. You saying that you really thought the Texans would be 0-4. Nobody thought the Texans would be 0-4.
Why wouldn't it?
Right at this point? Oh,
Why
man,
wouldn't
stop.
it?
No way.
Jimmy,
No way.
I never
Come on,
think
man.
about it like that, but I am not surprised. I said they might not win a game. I said that long time ago. Jimmy, when they did not sign that dude was one of the most popular guys in the city of Houston. He did everything for you. He was at every event. He was at every charity function. He was at everything, Jimmy. Them players loved and respected that man. Jimmy, I'm telling you, I ain't sitting around saying, I had predicted this, but I am not surprised. I'm really not. Really not surprised. And guess what?
Hey.
I'm glad.
Why you go ahead?
Oh, come on, I don't like Bill O'Brien. Jimmy.
Okay, but
Jimmy, I want you how your favorite word is. I'm not anti the Texans. I'm just not pro Bill O'Brien. I think those are your words.
So that's
Think about it, Jimmy.
Guess what?
Think about this, Jimmy. It was so bad. Andre quit. Andre Johnson just quit.
Once again, none of you guys thought the Texans would be 0-4 going into the season. I'm not saying that the Texans, remember, most people were hoping for an 8-8 season for this Texan team. Because 8-8 can probably get you right there in the playoff. That's what
I don't think like that. So okay. Most people
going into the season.
I'm not most people. So I didn't never think about how many they was gonna win. I promise you. I knew they wasn't gonna be good. I've said this on this show a million times. I said Bill O'Brien is terrible. They are terrible. They gave Larry Tunsil that money, and he jumps outside every day. They got Jimmy. Football. I try to tell y'all, and I know sometimes I try to explain the different sports. In the world of baseball, the GM is very important. Not as much as the manager is not as important. In football, coaching is very important. In basketball, you got to have the right players in basketball to win. But in football, Jimmy, coaching matters. Coaching matters. You just got to understand the nuances of the game. Coaching matters. Bill O'Brien is now the coach. He wasn't a good job. He didn't do a good job as a coach. And they gave him the GM position. Jimmy, you got to always, y'all, watch the people around the league, the Jets, the Giants. Poor management. All the sorry teams around the league got poor management. Poor people at the top. And that's what I said. I didn't never say. I never come out and say, man, they're going to be 0-4. I don't even think like that. They're going to be 8-8. But I just knew that team wasn't going to be that good. I knew they was going to be terrible. And think about this. As bad as Philly been playing, Jimmy, Philly lead the division. You threw Carson Wentz in heavy trash last week. You talked about him on the show. That man is first in his division, man. It's just, it's just a different game, Jimmy. It's just a different game. But I understand. What time is it? Yeah, we good. We got a good time.
Mm-hmm. Well, of course, now Texans will go on the road to Jacksonville this weekend.
Beat again.
And
Gonna get beat again.
You think so?
Beat again.
I'm saying, why you think that?
Jimmy, I just explained to you. These guys ain't playing. These guys ain't playing, man. I don't even like the way they play. I taped the game and watched them. They just got too many holes. Jimmy, it's like a sinking ship. It looks good on the outside, but it's just got too many holes. They hit that iceberg. It's like the Titanic, Jimmy. They hit that iceberg, and guess what? The Titanic was such a big ship. Some people on the ship didn't realize the ship was going down. Jimmy,
well,
they didn't hit the iceberg.
There's only one team that came back from 0-4 and made the playoffs, and that was the Chargers. I think back in yesteryear when that happened from 0-4. The Texans started off 0-3 last year, and that was rare. They actually made the playoffs after starting 0-3. But this 0-4 hole is going to be rough. They have Jacksonville, then they visit the Titans and come back home to the Packers. Once again, they will play Jacksonville at home this weekend, the Houston Texans, and before traveling to Tennessee, to Nashville, and then coming back home for the Green Bay Packers. So they have a chance to turn that ship around. At least if they can win 2 out of those next 3, then the glass will be half full for the Texans proceeding on. But anyway, it's time for a quick break, and we are closing in at the top of the hour. We come right back. We was talking a little baseball and want to get into some more data with you, and also we're going to go and into the mailbag as well. You guys got the questions. We got a lot of stuff to cover today on this Chop Shop, and I know you guys are waiting on a lot of the topics to queue up, and we're going to serve you well on this Monday.
Hey,
meanwhile, can you please
you've been a bad boy this weekend. I got to bring you to the principal's office today. We got to talk. Okay, well, let me find my thing. Y'all been kind of naughty out there on social media this weekend. I'm gonna play. Let me tell you something. Let me play this one first, Jimmy. Hold up. Here we go. Chop Shop.
Extra Eyes Media here with
Coach Woods, Duncanville High School.
Hey, Coach, man, let's just talk about the Super 16 and y'all experience out here.
I mean, really, it was good. We want to play. We've been playing kind of everywhere in the state. We want to see what everybody look like. We'll play against anybody. And our goal is to get better every game, man. That's all we trying to do.
All right, Coach, man, one thing we know is, I'm pretty sure everybody noticed, the chemistry y'all have from the kids on the court to the coaching staff. Man, what's the environment like at practice, man? I know we see you in the gym. And y'all
it's loud just like that. It's loud. I mean, we on them. They going. It's intense. It's fun. It's not fun sometimes. Yeah. It's everything. It's every range of emotion that you can expect to go through, especially when you're trying to accomplish what we're trying to accomplish, which is a 3-peat.
Yes, sir.
Kind of move that asterisk from last year.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some of the, I don't want to call them issues, but let's just help us out. How can you guys keep the players you have, coach them as hard as you coach them, without the transferring, without the griping, or you on my son
that's
too
kind of
hard?
stuff you can't really control. If a kid is going to your job is to build a culture and live into that culture, and if they don't fit, then they'll leave. but that's not what we looking for. We want to create the best environment for all our players. You know what I'm saying? But we can't control what people do with their children. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how we look at it. You know?
Yes, sir. Okay, how do y'all keep that high energy up, man? From the coaching
just an
staff
expectation.
to the kids?
It's you know, you got high energy guys. Well, we don't even have to try to be something else. You know, this is just who I'm loud every day of the week. You know what I'm saying? So I'm loud in the gym. I'm loud in the parking lot. I'm loud at home. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes,
and all of our guys, we love basketball, man. You know, so when you love something, you're gonna show your passion.
Yes, sir.
You know.
Well, I can't want to talk about one individual because y'all have a loaded team over there. So let's get academically. Highlight some of the high academic kids
all
on the
our
squad.
kids have over a 3.0 GPA. The
I
whole
heard
team.
that. I heard
everybody.
that was a fact check.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
yeah. Everybody got a 3.0, man. Higher.
Good.
Yep.
Hey, Coach, man, just congratulations to you, your squad, your staff, man. We appreciate and love everything y'all do. Thanks for driving out here in Houston, man, and supporting the event.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Welcome back to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks. That was Coach Kevin Woods from Duncanville. I don't know the Mustangs, I guess, whatever they are, Jimmy. I don't know their.
I think they're the Panthers.
Okay, and Coach David Peavy. Man, the reason I played that, Bobby Benjamin with Extra Eyes Media came and I saw that video, and that's what this thing is all about, y'all. This is when when you be jealous of other teams and you be jealous of everything. Thank you, Corey. I just love that coaching staff. David Peavy was on here and our show, and he said he got the best staff in the world, and he repeated it again on Twitter last night. No, Keith Fobb, I don't keep up with high school basketball, Keith Fobb. So I don't know nothing. I'm just helping you out. If you ain't the Hightower Hurricane or the Bush Broncos, I probably won't know who you. So it's not come on Hatter. Hatter don't play no games like that. I did not know. I've never called. I just call him Duncanville. So just in case, I'm telling you, no. So Jimmy, but I had something unique. I want to shout out to the people before. Let me tell you something. On Thursday, I had some news that we had news that we was gonna, contract a company, and they said they was gonna make some special Chop Shop T-shirts for our listeners and viewers, and they can pick the colors, and I thought it was exciting. And I guess I was a little bit more excited than some other people. Nothing against nobody, but I want to shout out to these people. Anissa Ville was the first person. While the show was going on, Anissa Ville ordered her T-shirt. Right after that, Deion Banks. He's not even a regular on the Chop Shop. Deion Banks. If y'all know him, you tell him Robert Hatter talked about it. Right after he did, Rod Wells came on. Bought 2 of them. Right after that, Daryl Anderson. Shout these people out, man. I love these people. Daryl Anderson came right on. T-shirt. Right after Daryl Anderson, Kevin Drones, Kyron Drones' daddy, came on. Kim Jackson. Kim ain't been on this show that long now. Some of y'all been on this show for 4 years. Then Bobby Benjamin. Let me tell y'all something, man. Jimmy, you always said input equal output. I shout out to those people because those people immediately supported. Those people said, these two guys come on this show for 2 hours a day, from Monday through Thursday. Spend their time. Our significant other and our people said, man, y'all, we don't miss no days. And when we put out something like that, it's for y'all. And I know a lot of people didn't get it, and you didn't get the memo. I'm going to post it again today. But this is y'all, because guess what? Those people right there, they on a special list. When Rocket tickets become available, these are the people I'm going to call. When Nike send me extra gear, these are the people. Because I got the shipping addresses. Let me tell you something, man. Not to convict nobody. But Jimmy, come on, y'all. Come on, let's get better at this thing. Let's get better at supporting this y'all show. This ain't me and Jimmy's show. This is really y'all show. Jimmy, you ain't got no son or daughter, hey? I ain't my son and daughter, my daughter in LA, my son in New York. Everything we do is for y'all. Everything. So, okay, it's all good. Sonya, I'm going to post it in a minute, but I just wanted to, this just us. I told y'all I had something to talk to y'all about. That's just us talking right now, because we got to support each other. Because there's some things we're going to be doing in the future. We got to know Jimmy. I know them people there. I know we can call on them people right there. So, Jimmy, I just wanted to share that, get that little dirty line. Well, you got some mailbag. I got some mailbag. But let me post this thing. Before Sonya cuts me out. And just a minute. Okay. Come on, Jimmy.
Well, one of the things, of course, we almost at the top of the hour, and as promised, the top of the hour, we'll get to talking about the Super 16 and share thoughts and a lot of things that you guys saw and took place during that event. Meanwhile, now, and we love and embrace you guys when you send your questions and about the recruiting process or about understanding this basketball elements, whether it be non-scholastic or scholastic. And somebody asked, one of the questions in the mailbag is, Jim, since the Thanksgiving Hoop Fest is going to take place in Dallas, will the season opener be back on at the Campbell Center? So the question to that is no, not for 2020. We are that event. A lot of those teams had been told and have scheduled their games at their respective locations, whether it be home or away. But we're not going to do that now. And of course, Aldine ISD, the superintendent of Aldine ISD, has been step in sync with the thoughts and opinions as the mayor of Houston in regards to the COVID-19 and the pandemic. So meaning the mayor has been steadfast on the side of caution. The mayor of the city. So the mayor is always erring on caution. Remember, Aldine ISD, they are right there, and they're not going to do anything because it's a political, election year. And it has nothing to do with the mayor. The mayor's not up for election, but they are maintaining their support for the mayor's wishes, meaning that the Campbell Center is not going to be open for rent anytime in 2020 for outside vendors. So we'll be back in 2021 with the season opener. I've already locked in the Campbell Center and we are considering, in case you're speaking of the season opener, we are considering utilizing both days, the Friday and the Saturday of November. So you're getting that piece of news. And so invites will go out and have already locked in for several teams already that are locked in for 2021 at the Campbell Center next year at the season opener. So I'll give you that. That's your news. And I gave you answered the question and gave you a little bit more. So what you got over there out in your mailbag?
It was about the event. Jimmy, help me out with this one, Jimmy. Cause old Robert had a man. You know, I don't get a chance. I'm trying to find it, Jimmy. I was I didn't go to the event this weekend, but boy, I got some texts. Where are they, man? I got the grocery list and everything in the way. But Jimmy, it was some stuff it was this weekend, right? They were talking about. Let me see. Okay, this might be it here. It was just talking about. It was some parents, and they were talking about, and you helped me. They said the actual players who played in the event, and explain this to me, Jimmy. The players who played in the event, I guess you have to get ushered out. I wasn't there, so I'm just going by my notes that the parents were telling me. When they went out, then the players who played in the event, if they're going to watch another game, they had to pay to get back in the event. Mm-hmm. Why was that? What's that reason?
Well, that's a good question. The reason for that is because of the fact that the owner of the facility, the gym, he was attempting to be adamant on, at the time, at the beginning, you got to finish like you start, on the occupancy being 75%. So in doing so, if a kid had to come back in, every team had to come back in, wanted to come back in and watch the next game, that's 8 teams of kids that's going to occupy potential seats or space from the paying customers. So, and that would create a situation where those kids, right, those players, where are they going to watch it at? That means they have to go and mingle right and get right in with the crowd or in the audience.
So what if a kid's parents wasn't there, or of a kid, or these kids were from out of town, or the kid from Beaumont, so what, they just had to wait outside? They play again. They had to wait outside to play again.
You wait in your cars, you wait in your vehicles, and the thing is, and also remember, understand this: the way that the schedule was made in pool play and in bracket play. We'll go backwards from bracket play. Guys, excuse me, I'm losing, kind of lost my voice from this weekend. But in bracket play, you play, sit, play, sit, play. That's how I purposely made the schedule. So it wasn't like on some tournaments you go to, when you play, then you got to sit for 3 hours. Then you, most teams, the vast majority, played, sit, played. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Even with Duncanville, they played, they sit one game, and they played. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. And so that's called,
okay.
You know, and it's unfortunate, but that's,
and see, and I guess that's unique because what if a kid didn't have the money to pay in, so he just wait outside in their car? And Jimmy, and explain something to me, because I know y'all got the NCAA. We always talk about the NCAA using these kids' labor to make money and don't share in it.
Yeah.
From what I told her, Mama said the school couldn't pay for this, so the kids paid $15 or something per person to play, to get to the coach, to pay to get in the event. I guess the fee to get in the event, right? So the kid had to pay to get in the event, and if they want to come back in and see another game. No. I'm talking about it didn't come, but each parent had to play 15 per kid. That's what I was told.
What you're talking about is one particular program. There are a lot of teams that played in this thing that their booster club or their coach paid for them. Okay. Everybody have the same house rules on how they play.
Hold on, sir. Excuse me, sir. I'm just reading what's on the sheet. This somebody evidently was mad about it. So you talk to them. Don't talk to me. I'm just giving you damn information.
Ella. I want y'all to get your calculators out because I'm glad this subject come up because I like to know I want to give y'all, we're gonna call it expenses. All this right here on this piece of paper is the expenses. No.
Because I got some more. I got more.
And this, no. Because everybody I want to strive to be as transparent.
No. These parents, hold on. Them parents didn't care nothing about what you did. Ain't nobody,
No.
these parents saying they just didn't understand.
Elder, guess what? That
You
parent who
sitting up
wrote
here
you that,
giving them some expenses
Elder,
ain't gonna tell them, make them understand.
Understand something. Because no, you mentioned the part about making money. You mentioned making money.
I said the
you make-
NCAA, excuse me. I said the NCAA, we gets on them. That's what I say.
Yeah.
About having the kids play and don't pay the kids. Now, these kids paid to play in this event. Hold on. Well, you get so sensitive and bring up, I don't want to hear all your receipts. I ain't got time for that today. I'm talking about now this same kid who paid to play in this event.
They didn't have to come back in. We were not letting people in.
Okay.
Remember, understand. So you don't understand this. Let me get some straight. Heather, if you didn't come to the game like 15 minutes after your game started, you can't get in. We were not letting people in.
Why are you so excited? Just explain
So
it
you're
to
not getting that. Listen, we were at the capacity for the threshold. And we know that so that the kids coming in and they stayed in, then the people that's waiting outside would not be able to get in the game.
So why didn't you
Because
just
we
tell the
were-
kid, hold up. Why did y'all tell the kids, we don't really want y'all, we don't want to take y'all money. Y'all stay y'all butt outside so the people who can get in can come and see.
Absolutely. That's what they were told. We didn't make people have to pay. We didn't make them have to pay. But if they wanted to do so, those other people had to come in that's waiting outside.
No.
And so that's what we did. We flushed out the gym after the courts after every game. The crowd was flushed out. You follow me? So as everybody was supposed to have been.
Was it possible?
And that was
was it possible to have foresight? And I don't know the room because I ain't been out there in 100 years. A place just for players? Was it possible?
It's no. It was in the gym. It was no way to do that in the gym.
Okay.
Zero. No way to do that in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
There was no way. Not in that place. See, now in a regular school building or something, as we've done at Yates in the past and at other schools, then yeah. But in the gym, they didn't even have bleachers. Well, we put the bleachers down in 2 of the courts. We had enough space to put auxiliary bleachers down. But other than that, they had chairs on the side of each court. And you've been in the gym before, probably, not a whole lot. You've been up, it just wasn't the space. Okay. It wasn't there.
Listen to me, Jimmy,
what?
You got to realize.
And another thing.
Okay, come on, I'll let you, come on. I'm sorry.
Another thing you have to take into account at the gym, and they have the permits and they pass the inspection. You understand? There's only 1 men restroom, 1 women restroom.
In the whole place.
One way in. The whole place. You couldn't put that many people at risk for health reasons. It wasn't for the other stuff. So the way that was the thing. It's for safety reasons.
Guess what, Jimmy? I'm listening now, right? Because you got to understand, I wasn't there. I'm just going by what people was texting me, right? So I think a great deal was no kid could get back. No players. We under the COVID protocol. Your money could even no players, because if you're letting them in, that's still stopping somebody else from getting in. So players, I would have told the coaches before but coaches, do me a favor before you come to the game, have some place for your players to be and congregate or whatever, because we're gonna allow these people to get in the thing first. The paying customer. We'll let y'all back in when y'all. But me personally, when I heard this, I just said, is that fair to the guy that's playing in the event? And hold up, Jimmy, you got how I'm thinking. The reason the people there are to see the players.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right? The people are there to see the players, and the players can't come back in to see their own friends. But I understand the COVID protocol. Don't get that twisted. So I evidently it wasn't explained right to these people. About 10 or 12 of them, it wasn't explained right to them. Some kind of way they didn't get the memo from their head coaches. I think the head coaches would have been better at explaining this to them parents, Jimmy, because what it looks like, they making the kids that play in the game play.
Yeah, no,
that's what was told to me.
Yeah, I mean it's not like that at all, and that's the whole thing.
Okay.
Everybody that was outside, think about it. Why is there a line outside the games? Because we did not let people in until 10 minutes before the game start. So think about it like this: for us to not being allowing people to come into the building until 10 minutes before their game start, obviously means that the doors are locked. Up front, not locked, but they are secured. That means we're not letting anybody in, because we are at capacity. So if you had 8 teams playing at the same time, 10 players on each team.
Jimmy, I understand what you didn't explain. I'm
explaining for the person who just logged in and people that asking the questions.
Okay.
That's 80 players. The way that the schedule was made, once again, the people outside couldn't get in to watch their game. The game before. Sorry. Once again, the people that were outside could not get in to watch the game prior to. Don't get it twisted. There's a person who snuck in here and there, got in, and it happens. It happens. But talking about as far as the attempts to regulate it was in full effect. So it was a contraflow of the crowd. So if a kid, understand the space, once again, guys, for people that are looking, this was not an effort to say, let's charge the kids. We're going to charge the kid. No, but the kid is coming in the capacity of a spectator. If they're trying to, that means they're trying to go against and try to walk and get in. We can't let you in, sir.
I got you.
So
and
once again, for those who didn't, if they look at the schedule, most of the games, I say it again, most of the games, especially in pool play, and even when it got to bracket play, most of the games were in the play, sit, play format. The only teams that didn't, let's say like a team that was geographically favorable, like a Atascocita, they might have had a gap because they lived not far away. And I know those people can go and they could easily drive back home because that's in the school district, which is nearby, or the school is not within 5 miles. That's the thing, guys. It's one of those things that if you read some things the wrong way, then yes, the teams were informed. Yes, the coaches were informed.
Thank you.
I sent an email out before the event and let them know.
I knew you would explain it.
If anybody communicates with these coaches, I know I do. They got an email. Now, whether they read that email or not.
And coach, sometimes the coaches give players information and the players don't give it to parents. I've been there on that other end. That Robert ain't told me nothing. Thank God I know the coach. So I understand. I'm just glad, Jimmy, I did not, when it came to me, I knew you'd have an explanation for it. I just didn't understand that if a kid, the reason these kids are playing an event, that's the reason the people are coming, and they had to pay to play, come back and play. But you're right, as a spectator, it's different. Hey y'all, and I think I told y'all this a long time ago. This is a new norm. Some people don't care about how many people they let in there and don't stack and top on your ass. Some people don't care nothing about that. Some people don't. And you'll get up and tell me, oh, that was some fire. That was some fire. Like I couldn't stand this. See, I'm a guy that liked to dress up when I used to go out a long time ago. But everybody used to like to go in these little tight ass spots. I didn't understand. People used to like to go in this spot. Motherfucker this big. Nothing against the spot now. Swagger, this damn big. Man, that's off their chain. But you have a nice and beautiful spot where you can put on a suit and look nice. I ain't going in there. So I just think, I am glad, because I didn't even call you about it, Jimmy. I just said, let me just write these down in notes. And write these things in notes. And that's what I did. That's what I did. And that's the bigger, and parents was upset about that. So, hey, what I learned, Jimmy, learned this from a very wise businessman. He said, Robert, trying to please everybody is the quickest way to failure. Everybody ain't going to be pleased, Jimmy. Whatever y'all did, if you let everybody in there, they got soaked in COVID, like that fool on leaving out of the Walter Reed Hospital and riding down the middle of the street. So I'm just so glad you cleared it up, man. And because I just wanted to hear it from the horse's mouth. I just couldn't see you sitting up there saying, man, I'm finna charge these kids. So I had to ask you. See, other people talk behind, and no, I wanted to let you know. And guess what? I didn't call you on it. So I didn't even give you a chance you came off the dome with it. And that's how it is. And guess what? That's the way it is. I believe it. So we can move on. What's the next one?
Yeah, I guess, the solution, some people want you to, I spent on them expenses. Rick Nelson, his company, cost $1,600. Yeah. $1,600 it cost.
Don't go there, man. Don't go there. Because we got some more. Let's talk about the event. The event was more important. You spent a lot of money on this event.
A lot of money.
Let me tell you something. All I had to do was look around the building. You spent a lot. Let me tell you something. Hold up. And just in case y'all didn't know, these guys don't give these events to lose money. It's business. See, sometimes, like I told a young man this morning, we was on the phone today, and he probably watching the show. We're going to take a break. But they don't understand business. Don't get your facts and your feelings mixed up. The fact was, we're in a COVID protocol, parents. So it's certain measures going to have to be. But you get your feelings mixed up and not listening to the facts. So, all right. So I know you're out there listening. So that's what it is. And that's how it went. And let me find that, hold up, I got some. Oh, Jimmy. Oh, hey, y'all, this next commercial for me. Chop. We'll be back in a minute.
Here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence, and nobody can hang with my stuff. I'm just a big, hairy American winning machine. If you ain't first, you're last. You know what I'm talking about? That phrase is trademark, not to use it as a tradition, Rick.
Welcome back to the best 120 minutes of your day, the Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hadd, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube. YouTube Live. Yeah. And it's a great time if you're on Facebook. We got thousands of people on Facebook, right? Do me a favor. The ones who haven't, the ones who are I'm not talking about you. Go over to YouTube and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Let's build up the YouTube feed too. Let's build it up just as strong as the Facebook feed. And then if on your Facebook, like and share. And if on YouTube, let me tell you something. I don't know how many people on there. It's 44 people on YouTube right now. I should at least get 44 likes. We should get 44 likes right now. So I want to see at least 44 likes today because it's 44 of y'all on there. So Jimmy, great. Thank you for helping us out and clearing that on there. Jimmy, on during the break, I was fishing through Baylor's social media. And if y'all saw that number 4 diving on the floor for balls and doing the thing, that's LJ Cryer. Let me tell you something, man. I'm so proud of that young man and just the strides he's coming by. He's making it better and better and better. And it's unbelievable that we have a young man out of this city that's going to Baylor and doing things like that. So shout out to LJ Cryer and his family, Lionel and Mika. So Jimmy, what we got today? What else you got, baby? You got some more? Tell me about Doug. Hey, Jimmy, let me give a shout out to Doug Jones. Doug Jones. I saw some stuff, Doug Jones. Doug Jones kept me, Jimmy, abreast. Jimmy, I know you fixed your situation. Somebody was messing up I called you and asked you, was you hacked? You remember I texted you and said, Jimmy, has somebody hacked your account? Because all that crazy stuff was going on. But you can explain that. But Doug Jones, thank you so much, man, for keeping me informed. You know, I wrote down some players I want to talk about. But let me tell y'all, before we go any further, man, let me tell you something. Duncanville pretty dang doggone good, man. Jimmy, I heard y'all talk about them. I've heard people talk about it. I know they well coached. But I just saw some. I wish I was there. I'm going to watch these guys play now. But it was just, those guys' intensity was coming off the screen. I mean, I saw kicking the ball ahead. The next pass. And then I saw some teams that are talented enough, but they want to James Harden. And I saw that, Jimmy. And Jimmy, I heard it was some PGW sightings. I heard some bad stuff was said to some people this weekend. Oh my God. I mean, hey man. And Jimmy, watching that Baller TV, I'm telling you, mamas, and them Dallas mamas, I heard y'all. That Baller TV, I heard you sitting over there by that camera, I'm hearing everything y'all saying. Baller TV got y'all. I was sitting back. Guess what I was doing, Jimmy? I ain't mess with you because I know during them tournaments you be gone. But hey, I text big fella. I said, Doug, what's going on? What the hell is this? Doug, what? He said, you see what I see, don't you? I said, so Baller TV, I don't like being there, but let me tell you something. Duncanville is good. Let me shout out to my guys who I think Shadow Creek can be scary good. I wish if the coach, before y'all do anything else, I'll take out my time. I swear I want to talk to your players, coach. And I ain't never did this to Hightower. I ain't never did this to Morton Ranch. Coach, I wish if you can sanction it and we can have social distances, I can wear my mask. I would love to talk to your players because those guys, I like them. I just see some things that maybe coming from me will be a little bit different. And guess what? I'm out there. If that's possible, if you allow that to happen, Coach, you got a special team. And I don't want these kids getting, because I'm hearing rumors, people talking about going here and leaving. No, don't. Mamas and daddies don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere until you talk to me. I got something for you. But Jimmy, I just had to share that with you because I saw some special stuff. I saw some special stuff from Noah Khan and my little guy, my little guy Kobe. The little guy Kobe. I saw some special stuff. You know, Jimmy, I'm going all over the place. I'm just trying to get some stuff in my mind. I saw Tyler Smith do a dunk that I just thought he was just gonna lay up. And he's so long, he just came up under the rim and just, I mean, see, plays like that. I saw a dude. Jimmy, I'm gonna show you how crazy life is. It's a coach text me and said, "Do you know this kid?" I said, "No." Kid had a funny last name. I didn't know the kid's name. And Weisinger. I thought it was a white kid, right? I thought it was a white kid. Weisinger, coach. I don't know too many black people named White. Tell him, you can tell me his whole name later. But so coach asked me, I said, "Coach, I don't know him." I said, "Coach, do me a favor. Call Ken Gamble." And Ken Gamble probably got the call. I told him to call you, Ken Gamble, because somebody told me that he played for your team at some point. So, and then the kid had a dunk on Duncanville. And I never heard of the kid. I still got the text, y'all. I got the screenshot. So those the little kid. I like the little kid. I like the little kid from Cam, Anne-Marie. I'm gonna tell you what else I like. Sean Jones. If I can ever get Sean Jones to focus on this stuff that happens in the 94 feet and don't pop. Sean Jones, and I know somebody knowing gonna call him. Sean, I've been in this business for 30-some years, right? You weren't even born. Your daddy was barely kicking it around. Your daddy was a little boy. Sean Jones, you look like one of them guys that I used to go try to go get some money somewhere. You look like one of those guys, son. Don't you let what happened off the field prevent you from getting what you want to get. You know, I don't care what nobody else say. That's why I say I want to talk to this squad. Son, you look like one of them, son. You can be great. So that's what that's just me from my little peeping in. And it's more names gonna pop up and I'll talk about them. But I just wanted to tell you, I watched and supported your event from Baller TV. And I wasn't about to go out there. I was about to come out there and do something. I was gonna give. I was gonna give some stuff away, but I was advised, Robert, don't go, because if you go, you're gonna want to go in the gym. So I didn't go out. So, but guess what? Now, Jimmy, I know it. Yeah, we got plenty of time. Talk about it, Jalen. Yeah, Jalen, my man. Tell Jalen, my dude. Now, tell Jalen. Hold up, tell Jalen. I don't know. I can't get the date, Jalen, because I don't want to look down. Jalen, it's a coach called me about you. And I didn't know. I didn't know the kid. So I text somebody. Then they said, Coach Gamble, no. And I told the coach, contact Coach Gamble. So Jalen, thank you for making me look good, because I had never seen you play, son. And you went and took care of your business. So I appreciate that. But Jimmy, you can go now. I'm good. Let me give you some water. I'm gonna let the master go.
It was so many kids around there, of course, running the events. Duncanville, speaking of the Duncanville game, which they pulled off the win over Shadow Creek, 85-67. In that game, Shadow Creek jumped out 11-0. And scored the first, on against Duncanville. 11-0. They hit 3 threes and got a layup. I mean, it was in the energy that set the tone. And slowly but surely, Duncanville chipped away and eventually took the lead midway through the first half. And, I think on 26-25, I think Juan Reyna hit a 3, and that put them up, and they never looked back.
Juan Reyna? I love that little kid, but guess what? That little kid gonna have to beat me off the dribble every single time. All that talking about, I didn't hear shooter enough for me, Jimmy. I don't know what the hell was going on. I didn't hear shooter. I didn't hear from the screen. I guess because the parents was talking so loud, I couldn't hear Shooter. He was never, if I was playing him, I'm talking about Robert Hatter, I would have said, look here, man, I'm not going to help on y'all. Y'all going to have to, I'm not letting Ron, because Ron hit 9 points in a row one time. Maybe 8 or 9.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jimmy. I saw that part. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and you realize, looking at the game, we know Duncanville was very good. We know Shadow Creek is very good.
Yeah.
But however, this is the perfect example of when I explain to people, you could be local good, you can be state good, or you can be national good. Duncanville is national good. They were national good last year, but then there even is another level when you start comparing national teams. Duncanville, remember this, they were the favorite to win the state championship. I don't know, albeit a lot of people from Dickinson High School had something else to say about that, but they were the favorite going into the state championship before it was canceled as a result of the pandemic. However, we saw Duncanville go up against a national powerhouse, right? Remember what happened when they played Montverde? And you remember what happened?
Yeah, they got the brakes beat off.
That's a different level. So, and it was shocking to many. And then even after then, people was like, man, Duncanville, they're gonna have problems. No, they were the best in the state, pretty much. No, from beginning to end, arguably. Well, now this Duncanville team doesn't have Peavy, but they have a lot of young guys, underclassmen, that are playing their roles to perfection. They're deep. And one thing about Duncanville, every time if you're fortunate enough to see them play, let me tell you one thing right now. This is without the coaches actually being on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Their coaches were seated opposite, probably right near the
But
ball.
I heard them, but keep going.
But one thing you heard, if you watched their game on Baller TV, you heard a whole bunch of sneakers squeaking. There's no game that I watched the whole weekend where those Duncanville players, those sneakers are squeaking on the court every doggone play on defense. They are getting after it relentlessly, and they beat you, and they leak out, and they looking for getting the rebound and looking out for the guy that's leaking out, and they're hitting home runs, touchdown every other play. They're punishing you for not getting back on defense. And that's what they did to Shadow Creek. Shadow Creek would be okay. They would be fine. It just was a simple situation where, just like I mentioned, how Duncanville met up against a Montverde, Shadow Creek met up against a Duncanville. And the thing is, Shadow Creek now is 6A.
So
Shadow Creek knows
those guys.
You, in order to win state, understand, that's a reason why upsets are called upsets. But this Duncanville team,
I just like them, man.
They are now. The pressure is on them, Hatter. The pressure is on Duncanville now, because
you know what I like about Duncanville. Jimmy. First of all, I want to shout out to you, because I know people are always getting on you and always because you do some crazy stuff sometimes. But hey, it's all good. But I was looking, Jimmy. This app and the information you got on this app is unbelievable, Jimmy. Number one, Ron Hollins. I fell in love with him.
Yeah.
Then I
big fella.
And say he was in the 10th grade. Number one.
Yeah.
Then they say his GPA is 3. You got GPAs on here in the app, Jimmy. Whoa. Then I go down. Who's supposed to be their second best player, Jimmy? Number 22? Which one?
For Duncanville, I mean,
supposed to be.
Supposed to be. I mean, You don't say supposed to be. Who's some of the players to watch? You got Zurich Phelps. You got Damon Nicholas. Damon, you remember Damon Nicholas came to the camp last year at the Southwest Exposure Camp, and dude, I mean those are the three.
Jimmy, I got a kid with a 3.9. Damon Sykes got a 3.9. Number 22. 3.9.
Damon Sykes, young, he's a young fella too.
Damon Nichols, who you're talking about, 3.1.
Yeah.
I love this app. This the first time. Y'all got to understand, when I'm not at the event, see, I'm not a college coach, and I did not call Jimmy and text. I'm going to show you how I respect your process, Jimmy. I didn't call you and Doug and said, man, email me what y'all was sending out, the score sheet.
Box score.
I didn't do that. But I just went to this app, and I didn't have to see what people are. I mean, I just really, really enjoyed sitting back. I mean, watching it and you know, just watching this thing fold out. And thank God, Baller TV usually mess up. This time, Jim, I was out on the water and it was good. I was at wherever I was at, it was good. Wherever I had Wi-Fi. Baller TV, but Friday night they pissed me off. What happened Friday night?
Well, on Friday, it was only three sets of games on two courts on Friday.
Oh, okay.
And so that Baller TV actually showed the first game, and then I realized that the paperwork hadn't come through for the agreement. You know, you have agreements in place, and so Baller TV, the paperwork didn't come through, and so I told the guy to shut it down. You're gonna shut it down. You're gonna give me my paperwork. That's doing business. I don't need Baller TV to run to have a great event. That's an amenity for people that aren't able to watch. And what happens is, by you making the stands, it's basically like a boycott. Not a boycott, but I froze it. Hey, no, you're not. Pack your stuff up. You're not going to film any more games tonight. Now, if I have my paperwork, my email, my agreement, then we can do business.
It sounds like, Jimmy, I wasn't even there, but your tweet sound like that. Yeah, the way you tweeted, it sound like that's how it happened, just like that. The way you tweet.
Well, I mean, understand that they generate revenue. What they do, guys, Baller TV streams the games, and just like parents like yourself, you guys watch. You pay whatever the fee is to watch the game. And from what I understand, they have package you can buy annual, whatnot. Well, that generates their revenue. And they turn around and pay the events. Some events, they don't pay them at all. Because some people just so happy, they don't understand their value. They're just so happy to tell everybody, hey, the Baller TV coming. But Baller TV has done now, they start to outsource the equipment and they ship the equipment, and the cameras now are automated. So it follows the court, as opposed to in yesteryear, they would have an actual person filming the game.
They had an iPad.
On an iPad.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They cut out that actual person, and it's only one person on site. So they don't have the overhead that they used to have. They don't have to pay it no more. And so Baller TV requires or requests that the event operator gets one of their score table personnel to help operate and start and stop their equipment. And they're not going to pay your guy to start and stop.
So you didn't agree to that.
Keep the score on their stuff. Mind you, how think about it, that's pimping at a whole nother level.
That's all right.
So as a result, I have to work a deal with you, whereas you're going to basically compensate or help with the payments of some of these people that are at the score table, the clock person that is, who will be doing that. You would help with give him a couple bucks for paying for his service. So that's how it goes. And that's supply and demand. So we hadn't got that stuff in writing. And it came, when I pulled the plug on them, that email came within 8 minutes. But by that time, the guy had packed up everything. He wasn't going to, I explained to him, but one more game left. You missed the Tascasita Legacy game that opened things up. But it don't make sense for you to put everything back up for one game and two courts. And so we see you tomorrow. That's how that happened with Baller TV.
So what else? Give me some more.
And so I was mentioning. I wanted to get chime in one more thing before we get off Chowder Creek.
Okay.
Ramon Walker that's the team he goes for. That's the guy who committed to the University of Houston. I say the guy, I mean the young man, 12th grader. He's committed to U of H, and he started off good in the game, and that's why I tell people so much about the consistency of our players. In stages like that was an opportunity for you to have a commanding performance. We did not really expect for Shadow Creek to beat Duncanville, my me and the staff before the event, but we saw Duncanville play on Saturday evening. They played against Manville. Manville played Duncanville tight for a half. It was a single digit, maybe a possession or two at the break.
Jimmy, that happens in basketball. That happens in basketball.
And then guess what? Duncanville's depth and the way that it ended up taking a toll. They came out the second half and surged just like it did with Shadow Creek. On the Shadow Creek game, it was 35-32 at the break, one possession. Because Shadow Creek, Duncanville actually had went on up and Shadow Creek caught it and made it one possession. But what I want to say about Shadow Creek, guys, in team sports, you don't have to. It's not required that you like each other, but you must find a way in your hearts to love each other as far as that team.
Respect each other.
And that's the thing is, right now, Ramon Walker he's got his college already.
Yeah, but
Sean Jones.
Yeah, but he's still a basketball player, Jimmy. Just because you got a college don't mean nothing.
No. I mean, sometimes that means no pressure of him of thinking that he's trying to play to get a scholarship. That part
I
is
don't even
right.
think like that, man. Like Jimmy Butler, he got his money already. He didn't have to do what he did last night. If you're a basketball player, man, you're gonna basketball. If you're a basketball player, you're basketball.
No, but here's what I'm getting at. You understand? In high school basketball for 12th graders, you will often see players would appear to press a little bit, or families will stress a little bit.
Okay.
Because you're thinking that you need to have this game or you need to have this performance like it's all or nothing. This is fall ball. And these guys were visibly fussing with each other, which it happens. But if the leader get on it just totally busted up the fabric of what the team was trying to accomplish. Their spirit was gone from within each other. And then on top of that, now you got to go after the timeout and finish playing against Duncanville. And they did what they're supposed to do. Then you take it and don't leave it on the court. You're supposed to leave it all on the court. They took it outside and was fussing in the parking lot with each other. And I
wasn't gonna bring that up. That's why I said I love to talk to the team. I really love to talk to the team.
Yeah. That's not what champions do. You get on each other. You get your butts back at school. Y'all want to the leaders want to get on it. Let it happen then.
Yes.
Not there.
Right.
Because if you do it in the public, then you're setting yourself up for it to be talked about in the public.
You're right. But we don't have.
And that's part of being accountability. So let's get back on some good stuff from the Elkins High School. Shout out to the Elkins Knights, man.
Did they win?
They won the tournament.
They won. Oh, they beat Noah Khan now. Okay.
They beat them. The Super 16 guys have been going on since 2004. And I think Bel Air won the first one. The Bel Air Cardinals with Dale Van Wright and all those guys. I think he was a sophomore. But in 17 years of doing that event, there's never been two teams who were in the same pool to meet in the championship. Okay. So this was the second time Elkins and Houston Christian were the two finalists. So Elkins and Houston Christian met up in the championship, and Elkins. I mean, it was a good. Understand, normally you're required to have depth to win this tournament, but you had two teams. Elkins was depleted. One of their tallest kid on the team, he got banged up and he didn't play. So Elkins was down to about 8 guys. Houston Christian was only had about 8-9 guys. And I love you mentioned Noah Khan, you mentioned Kobe Haynes. How about Elijah Bernstein? Eli Bernstein, that's their triple threat guards. Those kids, they love each other and they like each other. Big difference. You can still listen, you can love each other, but not like each other.
I love that team, man. I love that team. Y'all got
but Houston Christian, let me tell you what I saw, Adam. I saw on quite a number of occasions, they would make a bucket and the players on the bench would get up and root. They were reciprocating between the court, make a play, and then coming back through the bench. They had Ned from Team Takeover. I'm sorry, from Texas Takeover.
I don't know Ned.
Ned, he runs that organization, and he was the event coach. And that's, understand something. Houston Christian, you had Ned coaching the team, and Ned normally he can't get 2 words out. He gonna spit out a cuss word every now and then. But Ned kept it PG. And them kids had bought into it, and he was really spirited in those guys playing. But let me go and give it up to Elkins. Guess who was coaching Elkins?
Who?
On Saturday.
Who?
Donovan Stretch Williams.
Oh, Stretch was in town. Okay.
And they took it on through the house on Sunday. This kid, Chris Johnson, he's a player to watch. He's only a sophomore, Adam, and he's on Gucci
Chris
Road.
Didn't do nothing. Chris didn't do nothing when I watched the game.
Well, no, in the championship, that's why you win. You get to live to see another day.
Because guess what? I didn't see the champ. I'm like, hold up. I'm like Coach K. Coach K don't stay to Sunday. He get the hell out of town. He stunk it up them up. Chris, I love little Chris. I thought something was wrong with it. I thought he was sick because he was half limping, and he was just walking up and down the court in the games I saw him, walking up and down the court. So I haven't had a chance to go back and see that. So thank God. Somebody must have. I text somebody and said, "Is he all right? Is he all right?" I did. I said, "Is he all right?"
Well, once again, the word that I use, once again, consistency for so many players in the area. But when you win, you live to see another day, and you get to redeem yourself. That's why I said winning is not as important for some players as it is for others. But if you start off stinking, you need to win. Because in the win, and you need to win.
Yeah.
And that'll help ease the agony.
Yeah.
And this young man, once again, he had 14 points. He was efficient in the championship. And that's a redemption phase process from him not playing that good on Saturday. They went through bracket play. No team went undefeated in this year's event. Everybody took a L at one point or another. Elkins, remember, lost in pool play to Clearbrook.
I like Clearbrook.
Elkins lost to Clearbrook. Clearbrook lost to Houston Christian. And Elkins beat Houston Christian. That was a 1-1 pool. I think that may have been the only pool that was decided that was a 3-way tie, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
You know?
Listen.
Now somebody asked. Hold on.
I'm listening, y'all, and I'm gonna be hard on Chris because Chris was training and hanging out with Bryce, and that's why I can say this about Chris, about him. He know that I love him, and I even call and somebody says hand was hurting. but I guess his hand miraculously healed the next day. So, and the hand ain't got nothing to do with you walking up and down the court, Chris. So y'all play this tape back to him. Son, win your matchup every time you play. Because a bullseye's on your back. Jimmy just said you're good. Doug think you're a top player. I think you're a top player. You got to win your matchup every time you play. I don't care who you playing against. And I don't care what grade they in. Win your matchup. So that's for Chris today. That was me and Chris' little sidebar. That wasn't for all of y'all. That was me and Chris because we right here. But what else you do?
Somebody asked what happened on, what else happened? Somebody asked what happened on Friday night. Well, on Friday night, the most anticipated game, there were two highly anticipated games: Bush versus Summer Creek and Atascocita versus Legacy. Well, in the Atascocita versus Legacy game, I just put it like this. Atascocita, they shit the bed. That's what they did. I mean, they came out, they only were able, they only produced 19 points that entire game. 19 points. Legacy blew the doors off of these guys.
Off of who?
And off of Atascocita. This is your
Wait a minute,
understand.
Whoa. I got a question. Help me out. Joe Baldridge, which one of the guys go to on his team? They go to Kingwood. They play pretty good.
I'm talking about, Angel.
Angel on this team, right?
Yes.
What Angel do? What Angel do?
1 point.
Whoa. Say that one more time.
1 point.
Come on, Angel. I've been bragging about Angel.
See, and
Angel.
that was that. You see, that game, we understand. We're talking fall ball. We're not.
I know, but Angel can't afford to do that, man. Because I gave him. He one of my dudes. When you one of my dudes, you can't score 1 point. If my son don't score in double figures, get action. You go over your mama's house. You don't come over my house. Jimmy, he know when he coming over. He know when he coming over my house, Jimmy. If he score 30.
Understand something. In that Atascocita game, I pull up something out of the stat sheet. Remember, we had the collegiate crews from around the Houston area.
Okay.
Texas Southern and University of St. Thomas supplied. They each had 2 courts. So TSU had 1 court. University of St. Thomas had 2 courts. TSU and St. Thomas had 2 courts.
That's awesome.
So they provided the stats, the actual stat sheets, the box scores, and which was supplied to the college coaches during the event. Okay. We would make those available to everyone. We'll start putting them in the boom boom room. In the VIP news on rcsports.com. We'll start posting them up later today for the general public. So I'll probably go and post them up, and I'll probably go. We'll do. I don't know if it's probably easier to go Sunday and go backwards, and that's what we probably do, and then go all the way back to Friday. But in posting, that's 57 total games. Here's what I want to get to. Atascocita had, guess how many field goals they made in that game against Legacy? 4. Atascocita only made 4 shots the whole game. That's how bad it was. The rest of it was free throws. They made 4 shots. So that was a reality check.
Hey, I was laughing at Coach Wood because Coach Woods came back and said, actually, because I'm talking about Rob, he said, what if you had 7 assists and all of that? What if he said 7 assists and all that, right? I said, for his team to win, Woods, I'm talking about his team. For his team to win, he had to have 20. Wood.
Which team?
I'm talking about little Robert. You remember I said he couldn't come over my house if he scored like that, they're gonna lose. So that's what I was saying. I wasn't saying it. Yeah. You come over my house. Hey, let me tell you something. Jimmy, you come to the big house. when you do good. You don't hit double figures. Go somewhere else. I'm sorry, but nah, y'all don't do that to y'all kids though. Don't do it. It worked for me. It might not work for y'all.
Yeah. And speaking of legacy, they decided on Sunday, to sit a few of their starters. And as a result, Woodlands Christian popped them on the chin. They played Woodlands Christian and decided to sit their starters, not play them. They were there. Decided not play them. Take this game off. And got hit on the chin. And you guys understand, in 17 years, we've had in the Super 16, we've had countless teams that have the private schools or the schools that like Heritage Christian, Christian Life, Victory Prep. What's the other one name on it with Van Gundy gave him the $4 million? Hatter? What's the?
Oh, Jimmy, you keep up with them dang.
The school Jeff Van Gundy gave the money to.
I forgot the name of it. I can't think of it.
I can't think of the name. But we've had
was there, right?
Yeah. We've had several of those schools to play, and it's only one time that one of those basketball factories won the Super 16. And I think that was 2009.
Oh, so they usually don't roll well at the Super 16.
They usually don't. They come in the gym looking like with the trees and looking good, and they for the most part you can actually bet against them. You can bet the dice won't come.
So they look like Tarzan and come in there playing like James.
No. They don't. No, they don't necessarily play like James. I'm just saying that something happened with a lot of kids because those teams they have obviously had more hours to prepare. Let's say, especially like Legacy, they have more hours to prepare, and their coach is actually on the bench. One of their coaches, remember the public schools and everybody else, their coaches can't sit on the bench.
That's right.
So those schools have an added benefit.
That's why y'all. That's why.
Apply to the other ones.
Who was the coach? Chad was coaching. Who was coaching?
Yeah.
Chad.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Chad. All right, Chad. I'm glad Chad just popped up. Said we don't care about all the talk, sir. What they talking about? What happened? So if you don't have your starters, I mean, you might get beat.
Yeah. I mean, what you want the Woodlands Christian to do about that? Yeah, I mean that ain't their fault.
So who they got beat by? Who beat them? Who beat them?
The Woodlands Christian. Look, Austin Benyingi.
I like him.
And no, remember it took you a while to come around on Austin. And it happens sometimes. Yeah. All eggs don't hatch on the same day.
Yeah, I like it.
But one thing, he has 2 Division I offers.
Okay.
Two
I like it.
Division I offers right now.
He did some stuff. He did some stuff to some dudes, man, the other day. I tell him I like it. With Austin, I like it. It just take times with me, Austin.
You watched that team play?
Huh?
You watched them play?
Yeah, several times. I saw
Did you watch the freshmen? Did you watch the freshmen?
On their team? Which one?
Yeah.
What's his number?
Zion Pipkin. I think he was number 1.
Did he catch an alley-oop or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I didn't know what grade he was in. I didn't watch them that much, man. Man, I was waiting on the matchups. I was waiting on the big time matchups, man. I was waiting.
Well, and one of the things that I also like, speaking of Woodlands Christian, I like the progress that Ben Perkins' son, Chance Perkins, has really improved.
If I'd have known that, I'd have watched it. I didn't know Ben's son was playing.
He is really improving. Well, improving, because improve means like it's past tense. He's in the process. He's starting to knock down that elbow jumper, and that elbow jumper can get you paid.
Jimmy, I like somebody who was knocking that elbow jumper down the other day. Who was the kid? Oh, I didn't write his name down. Oh, what was the kid? man. I like the little kid, Richards. I like little Richards.
DJ.
Yeah. I like him
DJ
sometimes.
Richards. You
Yeah.
know, and you say you like him sometimes. What you mean sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes I like him and sometimes I don't. You know, sometimes I feel like a nut, sometimes I don't. I mean, you know, sometimes I know these kids gonna play, but y'all don't have. See, Jimmy gonna watch y'all 1,000 times. I'm not gonna watch y'all that many times. So when I see you, got to be good. So let me see what else happened. Something else. Who else I saw? See, now you got me thinking. Ooh, the Lawrence had a shout out to how Summer Creek. They look very well against Bush. Summer Creek did good.
Yeah, and we talk. Speaking of Summer Creek and Bush, that game was on Friday night as well, right? And
I just want to know what Tyler did. What Tyler do to him?
You just want to know. You just want to know what Tyler did to him. So forget everybody else. Well, let me put up the box.
Damn, man, humor me.
Pull up the box score on that game. Final score was 66-45.
Okay.
Summer Creek prevailed.
Okay.
And in that game, Tyler, you asked for Tyler.
Yeah.
Tyler finished with 11 points, 8 rebounds in 25 minutes. He only took 6 shots. He was 1 for 3 for 3-point land. But 11 and 8, even, you know, I mean, like I say, see, guys, you could, if you lose the game in games like that, now the thing was, where was the kid Brandon Love?
Mm-hmm.
He had 8 points, 6 turnovers, 2 rebounds. This is a young man that started for the Houston Defenders 17U.
Oh, that's where I know that name from.
And so in games like this against Summer Creek, where their tallest players, you know, their tallest upperclassman is about 6'4", you got to make your presence felt.
Okay.
Against guys like that.
All right.
You have to. Brent, I mean, not to say that he stunk or nothing, but that's in a 20-point loss. If it's going to be like that, then you got to get paid with your stats.
You got to get your money.
Not necessarily stat hunt, not points, but I'm talking about stats.
You got to have some rebound. He had 2 rebounds.
You got to.
I haven't watched him enough. What did the?
I'm sorry. Correction. 3 rebounds. 3.
I got a question. What did Herb's kid do? Because he left the school. Was he able to play that weekend?
Okay, now that was some spur of the moment news happened on Friday leading into the event. Sir Isaac Heron checked into Legacy.
Okay.
And left Lamar High School.
Okay.
So I learned of the news on game day on Friday morning. Luckily, we didn't start until 5 to 6 o'clock, 6:15 on Friday evening. Okay. So the thing was, as an event director, here's the thing: a lot of people don't realize you have to be responsible and accountable, and you have to provide and keep the integrity of the event in check. So what I did to the team, I explained to Legacy, you guys will not be able to play Sir Isaac tonight unless I receive something from the school email, right? With the document with Legacy on it, acknowledging that he has registered for school. Okay. That he's enrolled. Okay. And they sent that document right over. And that way I had it in the event that somebody decided to challenge or protest. Okay. I had proof. That's all I could do from my end. I had the proof, which I still maintains in my possession, the proof of the document. And they scratched out the kid's phone number and social security number off the documents as they supposed to. But I have a copy of, so that he allowed to play. He did pretty good. But to realize the game was so lopsided on Friday night that, you know, the numbers, he played well. I think I saw him hit a short jumper on the right baseline one time. And I think he finished with 5 points in that win over Atascocita. But
wait a minute,
in the
Jimmy,
Summer
that
Creek
team's
game,
gonna be pretty good because he's about 6'8". They got a 6'9". They got a 6. That team is going.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. That team, and I know you. I know you told a guy, PJ, that he got to win. But that team, with all of that hype, and these guys gonna go play a national schedule. I think that was a great move. Did you see that coming? I didn't see that coming. I mean, well, I don't know.
I was told that it was going to happen, but I was told it wasn't going to happen till Monday. That he was still going to play with Lamar High School.
Oh,
and that was the thought. That way we could have got the matchup. You know, I was under the impression that he was going to play with Lamar High School with his other school, and then check in with Legacy on Monday. Well, that didn't happen. That happened. It got expedited. So, which was no problem. But yes, the addition of Sir Isaac Heron to Legacy now gives them it makes them a legitimate national team. Not to say that there was not one already. I'm talking about a legitimate national team that can win, because now you have a rim protector other than Ashton that can also get to develop facing the rim, meaning they can play Sir Isaac at the 3, if they wanted to, and put Brian Miles at the 4 and put Ashton at the 5, and that would be a problem because Sir Isaac, he can shoot the long ball.
How guard from Chicago do? I didn't watch them this week. How much guard from Chicago do?
You know what? He fared well. It just, I would have loved to see them on Championship Sunday rolling on down and playing, which they said though he was one of the guys that did not play on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
In bracket play. So you know, it was kind of incomplete, but for the moments you saw, you knew he was on the court. He was commanding with his, with the offense. He controlled the tempo, and you can see he's morphed into the leader, or one of the leaders on that team. Jonathan Massey did well.
Oh, I forgot about John. Man, my bad. Did he play on Sunday?
Well, yeah. I'm not sure. I don't think Massey played on Sunday as well. Doug know on Sunday. I can't remember if he actually played, if Massey played, but Massey did well. Remember, he started at Atascocita.
Yeah,
that was his old school.
Right.
He almost outscored Atascocita by his damn self. I think he finished with like 13, 14, something like that. And Atascocita had 19.
Okay.
So, and it's so many guys. And what we do is and Kerry says he only played that one game against Atascocita. John did. So thanks a bunch. And but what we do is we got so much from the chop shop. I mean, from the Super 16, that we'll parlay some of this stuff, and what we do each day will give you a couple of pools, and we just go from pool. That way, it won't be running all over the place and miss the team.
I'm gonna run all. You know how I am. Yeah, I was just getting. Yeah, I'll know some more about tomorrow. Wait a minute, Jeffrey Day gonna write up something? Jeffrey Day gonna write up something?
Jeffrey Day was there on Friday, and he was there on Sunday afternoon. He came. Okay. But Jeffrey had a medical emergency in his family, in the family, and so he had to attend to, and that threw off the schedule of him covering the whole event, especially on Saturday. So Doug had to pretty much man most of the shit by himself. You guys know I watched a couple of games on Friday, and I watched a couple of games here and there on Saturday. But when you're running the event, you want to run properly, because remember, I made the commitment to keep the scores updated on the app, which I did myself, and to send get those box scores and collaborate them and send them out in emails to those college coaches immediately after every game. That was a lot of work, because some box scores were printed and some were sent via email. So I got to find a way to get the printed ones and still put them in the email and collaborate them all, which I just did the smart thing, took a picture with my cell phone, and had it saved as a JPEG, then do the email from the cell phone in the draft folder, and then get on the computer and send it on and touch it up and send it out, which was kind of the thing. But that was kind of, I mean, it was a great weekend. And a lot of you guys want to have questions and want to know, well, what's some of the questions they have out there? I mean, I'm not even reading the comments.
They was trying to be messy in the beginning. They done calm down a little bit when I didn't bite that bait. So, but why you trying to find some questions, Jimmy? Look what I just found. Y'all check this out. From it called it the student athletes from women, men's basketball, men's golf, men's track and field selected as September champions of the month. Check this out, y'all. Kathleen Bickle, women's basketball. Maisie Lawrence, women's track and field. LJ Cryer, men's basketball. And Scott McNeely, men's golf. Oh, Scott McNeely is a dog. He a pro golfer. He's going to be a pro golfer next year. Have been selected as the Student Athlete Center of Excellence for September's Champions of the Month at Baylor University. Y'all, our young kids are going and making impact on these campuses, man. It's just so, they said Cryer, he made a smooth transition from high school to college, recording a 3.5 GPA this summer and continuing to showcase success in the classroom this fall, despite the significant increase in course load and practice schedule. Said learning, I mean, it just warmed my heart to see young kids like that, man, that goes on these campuses and make an impact off the court. Because he ain't played no basketball, but he make an impact off the court, man. I just want, and let me tell you something. If your son has achieved something like this, chopshophtx@gmail.com. Send the information, and I promise you, I'm going to talk about it on the Chop Shop. I love this kind of stuff, Jimmy. So what else you got? Did you find a question?
Well, I got a question. Barry asked, is Sir Isaac Heron a high major or a mid-major prospect? And the best way I can put it is right now, he's a potential impact prospect for a mid-major and a high major recruit, but it would probably be a year out. Sir Isaac is not one of those. He's pretty young, like a year or almost a year young for his grade.
Okay.
So he's just now putting it all together.
Okay.
And that was one of the reasons, because you know, to realize he's slender, he's long, he's fairly athletic, and he's put in a lot of work to morph to a forward who can face up 4 or a 3. You know, so right now this explains the reason. Remember now, plus you're talking about a young man who did not get the chance to play in the summer, in his last recruitable summer, in front of live college coaches. So Legacy is going to provide the next best opportunity because they will play a national schedule. They're going to go out of town several times. Hell, I put together the game, and I'll remind you guys, on December the 4th and December the 5th, I connected Duncanville will come to Houston and play Legacy on December the 4th. Then they will turn around and play Jack Yates on December the 5th at Yates. They will play Legacy at Legacy, Yates at Yates. And I'm thinking that's the game at Yates is supposed to be part of, we hadn't gotten the formal approval from the family, but I think Yates is seeking, I know they're seeking to call it maybe the George Floyd Classic. That means Duncanville, while they're in town, that game at Yates would be in the evening. We thought it was going to be about 3 o'clock. So it'll be a 7 a 7:30 game on Friday evening at Legacy, and during that day, that Saturday afternoon, the kids will go to the Third Ward and take pictures at the mural that's painted on the side of the corner store of George Floyd, and take pictures there, and they will be able to go and take a walk through the CUNY homes. It's supposed to be, amongst other things, which is located right across from Jack Yates, is right across the street. So they will have a ceremony at Yates High School where a lot of speakers will be slated to, and they will remember in honor of the memory of George Floyd. So it's a day, an afternoon of events that would take place to help these young men and inspire them to want to vote. And speaking of voting, today is the last day. Once again, I mentioned at the top of the show, we'll remind you now. Today is the last day that you can go and get registered to vote if you hadn't done so. Coaches out there, grassroots coaches, if you want to make a difference with some of these 12th graders or above, these young men, grab one by the hands and take them to get registered to vote today. It's a very simple process. It's just filling out an index card and showing your ID, and you're good. Take somebody to vote. To register to vote. This is the deadline, October the 5th. So Keith Adams asked how when will the tickets go on sale for the Yates versus Duncanville and Legacy. I don't know. You have to get the respective schools. My involvement was merely connecting those teams together and scheduling that game. This is not a RCS Sports, an event. And I also made sure, that you got to take care of, sometimes the lodging for the teams collectively between and feed the teams, and on behalf of Duncanville, which both Yates and Legacy have agreed to do so collectively. So that means now these guys can have a good experience. Duncanville coaches, shout out to them for donating their time for the development and the exposure of their team. Remember, this team was just in San Antonio a week ago. Duncanville. They were in Dallas the week before that. So, and then they playing in Tuesday night leagues up in, and so they're playing and the coaches are there. And if you can see the energy that those coaches are generating, kids will go to battle for you when they see you got your back, that you have their back in such fashion. Not to say that none of the coaches down here, but they see that. It's impressive. That's how you build the program. That's how when you watch, and I know a lot of kids from Yates. You saw Greg White, guys like Greg White. He's not the only one. A lot of guys out there. But I was talking about comparing the success in the state championships and the magical run. He's out there. He's following his kids during their off season, supporting them a little bit.
And Jim,
maybe
I
not as much.
Share something before we get off, because they've said it a couple of times that my girl Kendall Hunter has committed to Texas, Jimmy.
Okay. She's committed to UT. Wow, that's big news. Big news.
Yeah.
Big news. That's a bad girl right there, man. She's a bad girl. Kendall Hunter, they got somebody special coming in.
Ken Skills.
Now the thing is, I wonder what they're going to do with the McDonald's game this year. Will it still remain? Remember, Houston was supposed to get it this year when the pandemic erased everybody's plans. I wonder if Houston will get it. Huh?
Can we get it back?
I wonder if it's going to happen, because Kendall is pretty much a lock for the girls' side of the McDonald's game.
Where my homeboy who's supposed to come on the show?
I haven't reached back out to him since last week, and
also Rory is going there too.
Oh, Rory's going to UT too?
The backcourt is staying together. That was they said the whole backcourt. That's what they said.
Wow.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Thanks. Well, Thanks, Robert Carroll. Rob,
Thank
I
you,
mean,
Trey. Yeah, I was waiting on Trey Phillips, man. Trey, thank you, baby. I wasn't gonna really validate it until Trey said something about it, but I know he know. Wow,
yeah, that's
that's big, Jim.
that is big. That's big. That's really big. As far as those girls, they're fun to watch too, man. They are fun to watch. I watched them in the playoffs when they advanced to go to state, and didn't one of them got hurt, right? If I'm not mistaken, at state.
No,
Yeah, one of
she
them
got
got
a
hurt.
little. You got in a little of a little situation.
Okay,
Remember?
so I knew she didn't play.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I shout out to you guys, man. It's about that time, man. Once again, we'll continue on tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna continue.
Talk more. I didn't want to go too deep into that because I know Doug Jones is putting together a recap, and that'll be out on tomorrow in the VIP news. I've updated it this morning with a recap of the championship game. So you can go in the VIP news, go to rcssports.com, go up in that VIP news, and guess what, guys? You can read away, and it's some good writing, and we made the commitment to have a lot more content for you guys to read on on RCS Sports. We also will be updating the rankings as well as promised. Remember, we made the commitment. The rankings starting this month, we're going to put them out, and they will be updated every month. That's big. So that way, because there's so many kids play so many games, Adam. It's so many kids play so many games. So by the time you decide, and they're so inconsistent that hell, you got to shrink it to 1 month. Okay. Because a kid can play well this week, and then 2 weeks later, he don't play well. Then you're gonna punish him indirectly for the game he played well because you're gonna remember the one he didn't play well.
Yes.
Well, and that happens over a period of every 3 months. That's when most people update the rankings every 3 to 4 months. And I understand on a national scale because there's no way to see everybody like that. But locally, nowadays, man, times change. Rankings should be updated every month. Should be.
Jimmy, guess what I've been trying to do on Robert? I got to explain to Robert Carroll. I didn't see you come in, baby. I'm sorry. I didn't see it, man. They was coming in so fast. But let me tell you something, Rod Wells. Rod Wells around here doing a challenge, Jimmy, talking about all them days, 25 push-ups. Rod Wells, man, my thing up here hurting, man. My pectorals hurting up in here, man. Hey, I'm not doing no 25, Rod. I'm just gonna do what an old man can do until I work it up to 25. I'm not gonna hurt myself. You ain't gonna kill me out here. Jimmy, he got a 25 push-up a day challenge. No, I'm gonna give you 15, baby, and ease on out of there. Hey, I'm gonna be looking like the Hulk in a couple of weeks. But thank you for that, though. Thank you for that. What's up, Coach Fox? Coach Fox in the building. Where you at, Coach? I don't see him. But Sir Herb say in the building.
Yeah, man. I mean,
when did the magazine come out, Jimmy? When you gonna do? You gonna do a COVID magazine?
Man, that's another thing, another hurdle I'm really having a meeting on and debating because it come up. It's like how to push through with the magazine in the pandemic, because to hand those things out with no, I'm just telling you. I mean, it's a really. I mean, you want to look at it, you want to look through the pages, and you don't. I mean, I understand we can seal them all up in Ziploc bags or something, but I don't know, guys. We're gonna do something.
What you gonna seal what up in Ziploc bag? What? What'd you say about Ziploc bags?
The bricks.
Wait a minute, hold up, man. Hold up, man. Hey, man, what are you talking about, man? I missed it. I'm sorry. I was looking at the Facebook feed. You lost me, baby. My bad. What happened, man? What brick?
No,
the magazine, huh?
Yeah. So it may be digitized. I'm not decided. But we're gonna get on it. Thing is, man, it's just
digitize it. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Now I like my magazine, man. Hey, Jim, check this out. Hold up. I go in my little tray. It's right on my desk, y'all. Yeah. Oh, hey, Don't think I ain't got one. Hold on. Don't think I don't have one. Hold on. I might have another. Oh, hold on. Oh, okay. Oh, I might have another one. Oh. Hey, I'm not done. Yes, I am. That's all I got.
Yeah, and
Handy right here. But
and after this weekend, man, I'm I'm still, like I said, I have a meeting. I'm trying to see. It's gonna be a hard day trying to decide and finalize 7 players to be on the front cover in this city. 7. Once you get past 3 or 4, it's gonna be rough.
They have to be seniors, right?
No, just 11th and 12th graders.
11th and 12th graders?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I ain't worried about one of them. So we got to worry about the other 7 or the other 6 you talking about.
Yeah.
I can't
that's
wait.
the thing.
I can't wait. Somebody gonna
get on
mad.
top of
Hey,
it.
Jimmy, I didn't hold up. I didn't realize people really be getting mad about it if they ain't on the cover. Hey, I didn't realize. I did not realize it, Jimmy. But hey, you can't put everybody on the thing. I can't wait. I can't wait. And now you got me cranked up now. Hey man, you got to do the magazine. But if you do it digitally, I mean, we'll talk about it. Just like Ebony is on digital, like everybody, like every other magazine is on digital now. That's what you have to do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. We'll think about that.
Yeah.
I have my 7. Hold up. He ain't gonna listen to me. But hey, y'all, I'm gonna think about my 7 tonight. But I got to talk to Doug. I'm gonna scour the city and talk to guys and ask them about their opinion. I'm not just gonna, because some of these guys I have not seen. Let's get this straight. Some of these guys I have not seen, but I know a couple of them. I call the kid's name out. Jalen. Tell Jalen. Y'all tell Jalen he got I'm not a fan. He got a new supporter now, Weisinger. Tell him I thought he was a white kid at first until he dunked on Duncanville.
That was one of the kids. That was one of the kids that Walter Yates had got over to St. Pius last year before, and that would have been playing under Walter Yates. So he would have been at St. He was at St. Pius. He left St. Pius, then went out there.
I wonder who I'm gonna call. I got to find out who I'm gonna call to help me out. And I don't want no biased people. If you got a horse in the race, I'm gonna call some objective people. You know what? I'm gonna call some moms. Because some of these moms know more basketball than some of these guys out here, man. I'm gonna call some of these moms out here and find out who they think is the top guy. Oh my God, so Jimmy, I'm good. I feel. Hey, Jimmy, Jimmy, think about it. We got through the day with the new software, and guess what? Got through it. Thank you.
It's pretty good. So you guys make sure you share the show right now. Even now, it was still that way. Somebody can come back and watch the show.
Okay.
You can still share it right now. Share the show to your timelines, to your hoop groups, to your friends.
Let me share.
And also if you're on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. You guys out there, make sure also if you hadn't done so, our YouTube audience, hey, it's going to be the Chop Shop is pretty good. We're going to come back and talk more and recap more of the Super 16. It's just so much took place this weekend. We'll recap that on tomorrow. Also, there's a new event that's going to take place, and you guys will get that news on tomorrow as well. And we do we have the golf ladies tomorrow? Or
tomorrow on Wednesday is the Diamonds on the Green, a woman's golf thing. We're gonna have those ladies on Wednesday. But tomorrow, Miss Bennett, Dr. Bennett, Jimmy, you remember Dr. Bennett has been on our show before, and she got this event. She's gonna talk about it tomorrow. It's called the 5th Annual Reconstruction of a Survivor. That's right. It's women diagnosed with breast cancer. It's gonna be Friday, October the 9th. Jimmy, we're gonna have to, Jimmy, I know that's our off day. We're gonna have to go out there and support them. They got an 8 a.m. shotgun. But yeah, Dr. Bennett, she'll be on tomorrow, talk about the golf tournament this weekend. It's out in Quail Valley. Fun golf course to play at. Fun people to be at Women Rock. And on Women Rock Wednesday, we got some more women coming. Women Rock Wednesday, we got some young ladies going to come and blow your socks off. We're going to get your young women involved in golf. You involved in golf. They're going to tell their stories, how they got involved in golf. And they got Jimmy, I think it's a nonprofit organization where you can help. They're getting equipment to help the girls the privileged areas who don't have equipment to try to play. Because y'all, let me tell you something. You can, not easily, but it's more possible to get a golf scholarship than it is a basketball scholarship. So it's gonna be Jimmy crazy. Jimmy talking about Jimmy. You see what Sandra, man? Look what Sandra did to you, man. She said, Jimmy, put on that pink. Sandra, quit doing that, man. Don't. Hey, Sandra, when you do that, it's gonna encourage him. He know how to say the right word. He just be doing that. Yeah, at Quail Valley Country Club. Thank you, Rick Wilmore. That's this Friday. But Dr. Bennett, y'all gonna love her. She'll be on tomorrow. Let me tell you something. Women rock every week, but they really gonna rock this week. So Chop Shop, Jimmy, you done? You want to yabba dabba dabba do this thing?
It's time now. Hey, Astros and A's, first pitch 3:00. Don't forget, guys. I think it's on ESPN. Astros and A's, and this is a highly anticipated series. So go Astros. 3 p.m. Central Time. 3 p.m. Central Time, and the Astros and the A's today. Also, it's time for slide on down. Dino's back, and yabba dabba do this thing for this Monday. Thanks to everybody tuning to the Chop Shop. We'll be right back on tomorrow, and we'll go in the mailbag. And sorry, a lot of the questions didn't get to. We will get to them on tomorrow. I'm gonna go. That'll give me some. Go get me some honey, and throw down.
What's wrong? You even hotter than all the margaritas you had the other night.
Yeah.
It dry you out a little bit.
And fussing a little bit. And fussing a little bit. Fussing a little bit. Shout out to the parents and I talked to them yesterday as well that came and wanted to.
Let's talk about that tomorrow.
And we'll talk about them tomorrow. I told them I'm definitely gonna talk about them today. I'm gonna push it to tomorrow. Give you time to get everybody around the thing. We'll address that conversation that I had with a parent and at the Super 16.
Good.
Yeah, it was a good.
Look at Kenny Gamble talking about Monday Night Football. Kenny Gamble, we ain't got to talk about it tonight. It's tonight, but he got beat so bad, Kenny. If you went on the show, he got beat so bad, we ain't gonna need to use it.
See you guys in 22 hours, man. Peace. We up out here. Chop Shop.
Jim Hicks. Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop.